Welcome back to Shoreside Operational, not just another supply chain podcast. I am your host, Kathleen DePrizio, and today I want to address fake it till you make it. In the world of operations, there is no faking. You cannot fake it till you make it. I cannot stand that phrase. I don't think it does an honor to anyone. I don't think it actually is good for you. I think that it actually hinders you, and I think that it creates a problem. Because these people fake their resumes, they fake their qualifications, they fake their skill set, and then they go into a job. They get hired for a job because they have a good grasp on the gift of bullshit, and they get the job, and they go into the job, and then they can't do the job. They cannot do what they were hired to do. And then what this does is it creates more problems on the side of the company, trying to figure out how they can either train this person up or get rid of them in a very short period of time and bring in somebody else. But that's man hours. Man hours are now wasted. So fake it till you make it drives me insane. I think that the way that it should be is you need to learn the skill set. You need to adopt what it is you need to do. You need to educate yourself on what it is you're doing. Faking it until you're making it isn't gonna cut it. It's just not gonna cut it. It doesn't work that way. Business does not work that way. Operations does not work that way. I mean, that may work in the world of sales. I don't know. I've never worked in sales, but then again, sales is the gift of bullshit. So you're throwing it out there. But I know that throughout my career of talking to salespeople and talking to customers, they liked talking to me because of the fact that I could educate them and train them, basically, for the most part, on how operations actually worked, which gave them an advantage, on the sales side with their customers, because they could actually explain what was happening. You walk into a sales position, and so for example, my business, transportation, operations, ocean, maritime, railroad, trucking, whatever. You walk in and you're a pure unadulterated salesperson, but you have never worked a day in your life in operations. You've never worked a day in your life in the business. All you know is sales, but you got hired because you know sales. How are you going to sell that business if you don't know the business? I have an acquaintance in the business that is a recruiter for like brokerage and stuff like that, and I don't know if it matters if they have experience in like 3PLs, 4PLs, or what. It's just they're looking for salespeople because they want to sell the brokerage. They want to sell the 3PL. They want to sell their services. And I get that. But if you do not understand how the business works, how are you going to sell that? I know that a lot of times in my past, the salespeople would come to me and say, "Hey, can you talk to this customer with me?" And explain what happened, because they don't understand enough about the actual operations in order to explain what really truly happened in that problem and how it occurred or how it's going to affect down line. So in my opinion, don't fake it till you make it. Educate yourself. Talk to people. Learn about business. I mean, shit, AI is everywhere. All you have to do is Google a damn question, and it will take you to wherever you need to go. I mean, you got your co-pilots, you got your ChatGPTs, you got your Grok. I mean, if you don't understand something, Google it. Look it up on ChatGPT. Shit, ChatGPT and Grok are both free. Technically, I mean, you can break Grok. I've broken Grok. because I didn't understand sales and I was trying to research something one time and I actually asked too many questions to Grok to where he actually needed to take a nap. Literally told me he needed to take a nap. So, I mean, there is a way you can break AI because you've asked too many questions. But I was trying to educate myself about that process and about the sales and about, and it's easier to, I mean AI makes things a lot easier nowadays because I can put in my one question and instead of me, going to 40 different sites, it does it for me and then it summarizes it. Okay? It's great. Now, are there times where I will actually go in and reiterate those research projects, and I will go in and I will search further, and I will search the sources that were pulled from Grok or from ChatGPT? Yes. Do I still actually reference books? Yes, I do. Because I'm old school. I grew up during the Dewey Decimal System, so I understand libraries. I understand, looking something up, and I understand how to research. But I don't fake it until I make it. I'm never going to sell somebody on something that I cannot do. It's like, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that right now. I have no effing clue. I'm not going to step onto, a manufacturing line and be like, I know how to redo this machine to make it better for you. No, because I don't. I don't know that. So I would never fake it till I make it. I would never, step outside of my scope in that respect. Now, if I wanted to actually take a job and step outside of my scope, I would research it to the ends of the freaking earth before I even attempted to do that. But there are things that like I cannot step into, say, like a plumbing company and run a plumbing company. I've never done plumbing in my life. I mean, I've replaced a toilet in my house, but that was the extent of my plumbing experience. I've plunged the toilet, but that's it. I have no idea. We had a leak. Like one of the water meter was actually broken, and we had water just pumping out of the the thing. So I had to call the city, and the city came in and they fixed it because they replaced the meter. So basically, what it was is the meter went bad and it wasn't regulating the water, so it was just pumping it out. I had no freaking clue that it was a meter. I thought maybe a pipe was broken. That was my assessment of it. But I'm not going to step outside of my scope and say, hey, I can fix that. No, because I can't. I can't fake it until I make it because I have no freaking clue. So my only suggestion, especially in the transportation world, on the sales side, on the operations side, especially on the operations side, do not fake it until you make it because you can't. Operations is very extremely operational. I mean, you need hands-on, you need understanding of all the parts putting together. I mean, in order to understand how a wheel turns, you need to understand how the wheel was put together. So in that respect, you can't fake something to make something. You can't fake understanding how a terminal or a port will flow cargo unless you've experienced it. You have no idea. You can't fake, picking up a load and understanding where the bottleneck can be if you've never shipped a damn thing in your life. So don't fake it till you make it. I hate that saying. I saw a post on LinkedIn, which is why I'm on my little soapbox and doing my diatribe and everything like that. But I saw a post on LinkedIn and it said, fake it till you make it. I'm like, no, that is bad. That's bad advice. Do not fake a damn thing. Do what is in your scope. If you want to learn something new, then step out of your own lane and educate yourself. So that way you understand the entire process. So that way you don't have to fake a damn thing. Well, I guess I'm done. But just remember, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me to screw off. I don't care. In that respect, I'm just here for information and keeping it real. Keep it real. Authenticity. If you are not authentic, people are going to be able to tell. They can sniff that shit out from a mile away. So don't fake it until you make it. Be authentic, be real, and be who you are. That's all we can do. Have a great day.